Idi Amin. Before becoming Uganda's brutal strongman, Idi Amin had a different ambition: to be a boxer. He rose through the British colonial army ranks, and from 1951 to 1960, he was Uganda's light heavyweight boxing champion. He dreamed of Olympic glory, but when politics opened its door, he traded gloves for guns. As president, he exiled minorities, tortured critics, and claimed bizarre titles like Conqueror of the British Empire. His punchlines weren't jokes, they were policies. Mao Zedong. Mao Zedong, founder of Communist China, didn't just read history. He wanted to rewrite it. Born in 1893, he was deeply influenced by classical Chinese literature and radical theory. He was a thinker, but also a destroyer. After the disastrous Great Leap Forward, Mao launched the Cultural Revolution, unleashing youth against teachers, tradition, and intellect. Books burned, statues fell, culture collapsed. Why? Because the past had to be destroyed to make way for Mao's vision. He dreamed of building a new China. He left it fractured in memory and in soul. Joseph Stalin. Before the gulags, the purges, the iron grip on the USSR, Joseph Stalin wrote poetry, tender, romantic poems, mostly about nature. Published under his Georgian name Ayuseb, he once dreamed of beauty, then he found power. As Soviet leader, he censored writers, edited history books, and erased enemies, not just from office, but from photographs. The poet became the editor. The red ink wasn't metaphor anymore. Saddam Hussein. Saddam Hussein, brutal ruler of Iraq, was also a novelist. His most famous book, Zabiba and the King, tells the story of a noble king protecting a beautiful woman from abusive husband. It's not subtle. The king is Saddam, the woman Iraq, the villain definitely the West. He published it anonymously, then had it distributed nationwide. Mandatory reading, propaganda with poetic twist. He dreamed of being a literary figure. Instead, he wrote his own downfall, one bloody chapter at a time. Bashar al-Assad. Bashar al-Assad didn't plan to rule Syria. He trained as an eye doctor in London. He was quiet, reserved, academic, but when his older brother died, the family legacy fell to him. After his father's death in year 2000, Bashar took the presidency. Hopes were high. Reform seemed possible. Then came the crackdowns. Then the civil war. Then the gas attacks. The bombed hospitals. The fleeing millions. The man who studied vision now leads a country many refuse to look at. Fidel Castro. Before he became the face of the Cuban Revolution, Fidel Castro had a baseball dream. A strong left-handed pitcher. He tried out for professional teams, including, according to myth, the New York Yankees. Whether that's true or not, one thing is clear. When baseball didn't call, revolution did. He took power in 1959, ruled Cuba for 5 decades, and became a Cold War icon. He didn't throw fastballs. He threw speeches and grenades of ideology. Robert Mugabe. Robert Mugabe was once a well-educated, well-spoken teacher. He held multiple degrees and taught in Ghana during exile. When Zimbabwe gained independence in 1980, Mugabe promised reform, land redistribution, and prosperity. For a while, he delivered it. Then things fell apart. Land seizures, corruption, and economic freefall. Hyperinflation skyrocketed. At one point, a loaf of bread cost 10 billion Zimbabwean dollars. The teacher failed his own test and made the country repeat the year again and again. Kim Jong-il. Kim Jong-il didn't just run North Korea. He directed it. He loved cinema. He owned over 20,000 films in his private vault, from Bond movies to monster flicks, but watching wasn't enough. He wanted to make his own. In the 1970s, he kidnapped a South Korean director and his actress wife. He forced them to build North Korea's movie industry. And yes, this really happened. His biggest blockbuster? Pulgasari, a socialist Godzilla made from scrap metal and ideology. Oscar-worthy? Not quite, but full of revolutionary spirit. Kim Jong-il didn't just rule, he staged a national performance and cast himself as the star. Muammar Gaddafi. In 1969, a 27-year-old Gaddafi seized power in Libya. He refused the title of president. He preferred brotherly leader and guide of the revolution. He dressed like a fashion designer in a sandstorm. He traveled with a tent, even pitched it in Paris. And he wrote the Green Book, a political manifesto combining socialism, Islam, and Gaddafi logic. He saw himself as a philosopher, but behind the showmanship were secret prisons, public executions, and one-man rule. Gaddafi dreamed of becoming a visionary. In the end, the world saw a tyrant in costume. Adolf Hitler. Before he painted war across Europe, Adolf Hitler tried to paint actual paintings. Born in 1889, young Adolf Hitler dreamed of becoming professional artist. He applied to the Vienna Academy of Fine Arts and was rejected twice. The feedback? Good architecture, bad portraits. He hated drawing people. Crushed, he spiraled into poverty and resentment. But the artist never disappeared. Even as Germany's dictator, Hitler obsessed over design, from Nazi flags to the dream of Germania, a redesigned Berlin filled with giant domes and marble avenues. The brush never left him. It just turned darker and far more destructive. They dreamed of beauty, justice, truth, legacy. Of books, films, art, sport, but when power arrived, those dreams twisted. A canvas became a battlefield, a book, a tool of control, a dream, a nightmare. It's not the ambition that's dangerous. It is what someone is willing to destroy to make it come true.